literally 100% positive from what I was able to see and experience. And again, these are people that feel they've been exploited. They have not been treated well by Denmark.
Did the people there that you spoke with and interacted with, did they seem interested in the idea of getting closer to the United States?
100%. I mean, honestly, I didn't see a single negative. I mean, we had crowds waving as we were landing. We went to restaurants, invited locals in. We went to the local bars. We went in there. We went to some of the cultural sites.
Did you know that Greenland has more ice sheets than Trump has failed business ventures? And that's saying something. But here's the kicker. Trump thought he could just buy it like it was a clearance item at Macy's.
Donald Trump Jr. and other MAGA allies. I wish I was making this up, but this is being directly reported by DR, a local Danish newspaper, and you have to know what they're saying. We have some huge breaking news right now. Denmark News is now reporting that Donald Trump's team bribed homeless and socially disadvantaged people with hotel dinners to play Trump supporters during a recent visit. So the story begins by talking about how several Greenlanders appeared wearing red MAGA hats while posing with Donald Trump's son, Donald Trump Jr. This is all translated, by the way.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
It's really an incredible place. And these people are saying, we just want a better future for ourselves, and Denmark doesn't allow us to do anything. And they're prevented from utilizing the great natural resources that they have, whether that's coal, whether that's uranium, whether that's other rare earth minerals, whether that's gold and diamonds. Beyond that, when we travel to Denmark, we're treated as second and third class citizens. It was really amazing.
Spoiler alert, Greenland's Prime Minister Muttaya Gede wasn't impressed. He basically told Trump, sorry buddy, but we're not some Trump tower you can slap your name on. Ouch. Talk about a cold shoulder from the land of ice. Picture this, Donald Trump Jr. swaggering into Greenland like he's the king of ice cubes. Jr.'s grand plan? To show the world that Greenland is just itching to join the Trump fan club. Red hats as far as the eye can see. But hold on a sec, something's not quite right in this frozen wonderland. The locals start scratching their heads. Since when did Greenlanders become MAGA superfans? Last time they checked, their national colors were red and white, not orange and spray tan. Danish reporters, always on the hunt for a good story or a bad smell, start sniffing around, and boy did they catch a whiff of something funky. As Junior's team parades around town, handing out MAGA hats like they're going out of style, spoiler alert, they already have. The locals start to recognize some familiar faces. Wait a minute. Isn't that the guy who's usually hanging out by the supermarket? And that one over there.
Including one person from under a bridge, promising them a meal at a local hotel in exchange for their participation in the pro-Trump photo circuit. Almost instantly, it was reported by Danish media that the MAGA cohort reportedly rounded up homeless people from the area.
Didn't they just see him asking for spare change yesterday? The truth starts bubbling up faster than Junior's dad's Diet Coke habit. Turns out Junior's brilliant PR team had a stroke of genius. Why bother winning over actual Greenlanders when you can just bribe the homeless? That's right, folks. In a move that would make even the cheapest used car salesman cringe, they offered free meals to the local disadvantaged population in exchange for wearing MAGA hats and posing for photos. Now, we all know the Trumps aren't exactly known for their class, but this takes the cake, or should we say takes the free lunch. Imagine being so desperate for supporters that you have to literally pay people to pretend they like you. It's like hiring your own cheerleading squad, except instead of pom-poms, they're waving red caps and empty stomachs. As news of this little stunt spreads faster than fake tan on a white shirt, Junior's Greenland vacation suddenly feels a lot chillier. The chair of Greenland's Parliamentary Foreign and Security Policy Committee wasn't amused, calling out the whole visit for what it was, a publicity stunt with all the authenticity of a $3 bill. Local reactions were a mix of confusion, discomfort, and good old-fashioned eye-rolling. Some Greenlanders were left wondering if they'd accidentally wandered onto the set of a bad reality show. Others were just plain annoyed at being used as props in the Trump family's never-ending quest for attention. While Greenlanders were busy eye-rolling, Europe's bigwigs were popping antacids faster than you can say "kafef." Turns out Trump's Greenland fixation was giving them more heartburn than a year-long cheese binge. Who knew a chunk of ice could cause such a meltdown across the pond? European leaders were scratching their heads, wondering if Trump had finally lost his marbles, or if this was just another day in the wacky world of Trumplandia. Some tried to laugh it off, probably hoping it was all just a bad dream, but others, they were about as amused as a cat in a bathtub. Take the French foreign minister, Jean-Noël Barrot. He got all dramatic, asking if this was the return of the law of the strongest. Ooh la la, indeed. It's like he thought Trump was about to march into Europe wearing a Viking helmet and demanding countries as tribute. Meanwhile, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz tried to play it cool, but you could practically see the sweat dripping down his lederhosen. He mumbled something about borders not being moved by force, as if reminding Trump that Greenland isn't a monopoly property you can just buy with fake money. And let's not forget about the folks at NATO. They were sweating more than a snowman in a sauna. Is the alliance falling apart before Trump even moves back into the White House? It's like they're all playing a game of pin the tail on the Donald. But nobody knows where he'll strike next. As reality sank in that Trump wasn't joking about his Arctic shopping spree, Europe was left wondering, what's next on Trump's shopping list? The Eiffel Tower, Big Ben, maybe he'll try to buy the Alps and turn them into the world's biggest ski resort. Trump's snowy paradise, where the slopes are as steep as the lies. But jokes aside, this Greenland goof has some serious consequences. Analysts are warning that Trump's big mouth could damage US-European relations faster than you can say kafif. It's like watching a bull in a china shop, except the bull is orange and the china shop is the entire international order. Even Italy's Premier Giorgia Meloni, who's usually tougher than overcooked pasta, was trying to calm everyone down. She said we can probably rule out the US using force to grab Greenland in the coming years. Well, that's a relief. It's nice to know we're setting the bar for international relations at probably won't invade. But here's the kicker. Some smarty-pants security analysts pointed out that Trump's blabbering about needing Greenland for national security sounds an awful lot like Russia's excuse for nabbing Crimea. Great job, Donnie. You're giving Putin ideas faster than you can say fake news. Well, folks, it looks like Donnie Diaper's Greenland shopping spree hit a big icy wall. Turns out, you can't just waltz in and buy a country like it's a Trump brand steak. Who knew, right? Aja Chemnitz, a member of Greenland's parliament, dropped the mic on Trump's acquisition dreams. She said, "We are a proud indigenous people with a right to self-determination and not some sort of good that can be traded." Ouch, that's gotta hurt more than a bad spray tan. But wait, there's more. Chemnitz also emphasized that Greenland's future is for Greenlanders to decide. And guess what? The majority wants independence. So sorry, Trumpy. Looks like your dreams of a Greenland Trump Tower are melting faster than the ice caps. Maybe next time, try buying something more your size, like a miniature golf course or a really tiny pair of gloves.